Hello and welcome a new video in Laravel 10 tutorial. In the previous video we have made our first model and controller and migration, and we have created our database tables using migration. Uh, in this video we will make our first API, how to make API using Laravel 10. So after we made our controller and model, we called muser controller and muser model. Also we have database migration for creating the table in database. And don't forget that we have changed our .env file and put our database config inside it. So we have put Laravel database, the name of our database using mysql and the port and the username and password. So today we will make our first API. To make any API in Laravel we have two steps. First one is defining our route. Our route, we will see our route inside the route file. If we close all folders, and we will see routes. Inside it we have many files, API and channels, console and web, because we are working with API project file. So we will use API file. Inside this API we will make our first API route, and this API route, it's a link. When user hits this link or requests this link, some function in some controller will start working. So first thing, we need to make our route. After that, the route will forward the request to the controller maybe do everything, and maybe he will forward the request to other layer called service, and the service will deal with database. So we can work with service or not. In this video we will not work with service or repository design pattern. To make everything simple in this video, we will make just route called controller function, and the controller function will do the work with and deal with database. So let's start. First thing, we have our database. As we see in our migration, we have table in database called users or musers. Inside the these tables, our database in new Laravel. Inside this table we have some data, or we don't have any data. Let's see, we have one data. I will insert a new data like John email g@g.com, any email as you want, password 123456, and image, let's make it null. We can select created add and update add and click go to insert a new record to our database. Why I'm inserting a new record manually? Because I want to make the first API, it's get all users from database. So now we have two users in our database. So I'm going to make our first API to get these users and return it to the user who requests the API. So first, let's make route. This is the first step in every API you will have made. Route, and we have some different types. We have post, if, and get. Also we have patch and delete, and maybe we can use put. All this type of API, it's type of request. So when I want to get all user from database, as a user I will not send anything to the server, just asking the server to give me all the data from database. So I'm not giving the server any information. So we can use in this way get. When I want to create users or sending some data from user to the server, then we have to use post request. When our API was responsible for updating some records in data, then we can use patch. And if our API have made to delete some records from database, then we will use delete. Okay, now I will get all users from database, so we will use get. Okay, the first argument and the second argument. The first argument is the name of the API. Let's call it get users. You can name it anything you want. The second parameter is the controller that you want to forward this request to the to it. So we have one controller, made it in the last video. Inside app HTTP and controllers we have user controller, but it's empty, just simple class, nothing inside it. So I need to make function. We can make public function and call it index, or let's call it anything, get all users. It's simple function. We can pass to this function a request if we will send anything from user side to the server, but we have said we will not send anything from the person who hits the API to the server. Because of that, we have made it as a get, so we don't have to pass a request, and we can pass it. We will see how we can inject our request in other API. So second, we will use user controller. When I will click it, it will be auto imported. User controller is a class, and the second parameter from this array will be the name of the function that you want to make it start. The name it's get all users. So when we ask about this route, what's the meaning of route? Route mean like this. I said www.facebook.com. It's route, and I didn't send anything. Now I'm as a user, I didn't send anything to Facebook. Just hit or type facebook.com in my browser and click enter. I didn't send anything, but Facebook respond to me. So this API will be get. Okay. Some API, you hit the API www.facebook.com and you send data, maybe in URL like ID equal blah blah blah, or hidden data as a post. So then you will use post API, not get API. Okay, or maybe you'll use delete or update. This mean request. I'm asking this website to open. This is a request. Request mean the user ask for some route. This is route, and route come here, forward user request to function, and the result of the function will appear in front of the users. Okay, that's what API will do. So our API will be get users, will forward the request to user controller to get all user. Let's see, get all user didn't do anything. We need to make users variable and go to user model. It's auto imported. User model, we want all data from user model, and then we can return response as a JSON, and our response will be users. Let's call it users. It's our all users, not one user. We can now semicolon, Ctrl S to save, and let's type PHP artisan serve. We will wait till give me the link or the port. Now if I hit this, let's go to another one. It's our local host and port 8000. I will click it. What's happened here? Nothing come to front side. Why was that? Let's check it, and we can actually use here, sorry, localhost 8000. That means we need to test on localhost. It's 127.0.0.1. And API. Why API? Because we are using API file in routes, and we have some guard that we should prefix for all API, that we have to put API after API. What's the name of our API? Get users. Sorry, we have even here should send get users. Sorry, we also forget for API slash get users, and it's our data. We have two data because in our database we have three. So let's check and insert a new one. AAA at aa.com, any data, and I will let everything empty. Okay, so when we refresh, here we have three row, and here we will have also three. Look, 1, 2, and this the last user that we have inserted. Also, we can test it on Postman as the same way. Get users, API get users, localhost, and send. We will have the same result in Postman. But here we have some error because our API it's type get, not post. So from here we should select get, then send again. Okay, it's sending, and here we are our users array 1 and 2 and the id 3. So we have made our first API get a user from database. And to review what have we done, first we should make route, and the route will forward our request to controller function will deal with database and give bring the data and resend it to the users. Okay, and every API should have a prefix in route. When we ask for API or hit some route, it should be have a prefix as an API. We can change it from our kernel or from our config inside Laravel application, but we will do it later. Thanks for watching. Also, I'm sorry about my accent. I'm not English native speaker, so if there is something you didn't understand, you can put your comment under the video, under the inside video, and please support me, subscribe, and thanks for watching.